Hey everyone, this is Vangirl along with Rouge
Hey everyone.
and Crisco Chris.
Hi.
And I am doing a deck profile of my Buddy Fight deck for Darkness Dragon World. I'm really liking it so far, so here we go.
It's still in its rough stages. So
Yeah,
we'll
it's still in its beginning stages, but it's pretty good so far. Alright, so right now I have my buddy right here. It's Black Dragon Death Gracia, if I'm saying that right. Again, if I don't say it right.
The Spanish kid can confirm that she's saying this one right.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Alright, so I have my buddy, and then I run 4 of him in the deck. He's good. He has the Spectral Strike, so you destroy an opponent's monster and it deals 1 damage to your opponent, which is a lot what this deck is based around of.
Yeah, it's a grade 1 rush, or size 1 rush, sorry, this isn't Vanguard.
Yeah.
Size 1 rush with Spectral Strike and Shadow Dive.
Yeah.
Which
all my monsters except for like 2.
Yeah, I think it's only about 2.
Yeah, 2 of them.
But I feel like with Darkness Dragon World, that's what you should be taking advantage of, because in my opinion, that's what makes him so fast and deadly.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like it's an important thing to have.
Yeah, definitely. So, you have that?
Are you on the standard 4 of him?
Yeah, I said that already.
Oh.
Yeah. Gotta keep up. Alright. Next we have Death Ruler Gallows. He's my favorite card in the deck.
But surprisingly not her buddy.
He has a call cost of pay 1 gauge. I tend to like to have my buddies not have a call cost. Just makes it easier just to get out there. He has Shadow Dive, so I really like to play him because you don't have to worry about if they have a monster in the center because it just attacks right to the opponent. And then plus when you deal damage, you also gain a life, which is very helpful.
See, I feel like an optimal field would be like 3 of him.
Oh yeah.
And just like hope your opponent doesn't have nullifiers and just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I also run 4 of him. I think I said that already though. Alright, to the next card. Our next card is Death Ruler Aaliyah. Yep. What this card does is it gives minus 3,000 defense to whatever monster is in front of it. It's come in handy for some games, definitely, depending on which cards I have in my hand. Sometimes it's just kind of a filler, though, because it came in the trial deck.
Oh, yeah. Like we forgot to say, but most of this deck is trial deck with a few extras.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel for Darkness Dragon World in general.
It's not a bad card, but I'd probably replace it eventually with...
It'd be good against those high-powered defense cards.
Yeah.
In case you want to get the Spectral Strikes go off.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that one. And I run 4. I think I keep repeating myself when I say that, though. The next one is Black Dragon Discipiens. I run 2. I like this card when I get it in my hand first. It's pay 1 gauge and has 3 critical, and it's a size 1. So if I'm going first, especially, just pay 1 gauge, put this out, and you hit for 3 crit.
That's always a good first turn.
Yeah, it's always a good first turn doing that. That's all I have to say for that one. Next one is Death Gaze Dragon. I run 4. This card, it's pay 1 gauge and has Spectral Strike. So if you just attack straight to the opponent, it's only 1, but with the Spectral Strike, it's deal 2 damage. So it's definitely a card like you want to destroy a monster with it to get that 2.
I find like a good field position for this guy would be to the right or left, so that way it takes attention away from your center, because they're going to want to get rid of that guy that's just dealing 2 damage for sniping their monsters. Yeah. So maybe for at least 1 attack they'll go after this guy instead of going towards your center monster. He's only got 1,000 defense, so even if you put him in your center, he's not clogging anything up, but his 6,000 attack really helps. His low crit makes him something that, like I said, you really want to just go after their field, because 1 crit's not really going to get you very far.
This card I only go against their field. I would never really attack the opponent unless that's all I can do, obviously.
Although I must say, he's probably one of the funnier buddies in the anime right now. So that makes me a little bit impartial to him. I like him.
Alright, now we're to the size 2s. This is another one of my favorite cards.
This is my absolute favorite card.
Yeah, it's Death Ruler Vangirl. I run 4 of this card as well. Normally, he has a pay 1 gauge and then Shadow Dive. so he can attack right to the opponent. Normally I play him along with Gallows, so I'll put him in the middle and Gallows to the side. I just feel like they work well together because you don't have to really worry about their field. So this hits straight for 2, that hits straight for 2, and you gain a life as well. So I just feel like they work well together.
Well, unless you have 3 Gallows out or...
Yeah.
And I just must say that I love him because he looks like a Grand Blue unit.
Yeah, if you look at him closely. Not like a Grand Blue unit.
Which leads me to ask the question as to why a lot of the units in Darkest Dragon World aren't even dragons. They look like skeletons and zombies, zombie pirates.
Yeah.
I don't know where Bushi was going with that one. I think they were just trying to pull the Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin type theme, Darkest Dragon World. I think it should have just been called Darkness World, if anything.
Yeah, I think that would have been better fitting, but
oh well.
We can't change it now. Alright, the next card we have is There's Only Death Dalion. This is another size 2. This one's a little bit more expensive. It's pay 2 gauge, but it has Spectral Strike and it deals 2 damage. So, again, this only has 1 crit normally, and then when you attack somebody else.
And it's great because you've got that high 9,000 attack, so he could hit a lot of the monsters that you're going to put on your field. Just all-around great card. I do love trolling against this card because of his 2 gauge cost. Yeah, so I love when Nicole calls him out. She'll swing with him. If I'm playing Magic World, I just bounce him back to her hand. Yeah, especially because I have 4 of them, so sometimes I'll have a hand with a couple of them in there. It's like I'm prepared, like if he gets like kicked to the drop zone. But then you're still dropping that 2 gauge every time.
Yeah.
So he ends up just being gauge feeder.
Yeah, so normally I use him because he's useful, because he has that deal 2 damage, but normally if I have like other cards, I might play them down before I play him, but still a very good card. Okay, next we have items. I'm going to show both of the items. So I have Black Sword Heartbreaker and Deathclaw Grim Reaper.
2 of each.
And there's 2 of each, yes.
But
I'm just switching them out for
we're gonna switch 2 of them out. Well, 2 of the weapons out for Demon Talon, Vampire Claws. Yeah, because that's the weapon that has Shadow Dive. It's useful to have in a weapon. It's only 1 crit, but I mean, hey, it's better than having a weapon that clogs up the center.
Exactly. So this is.
And then we're gonna switch up this one, Black Sword Heartbreaker, for 2 Guillotine Cutters, because I feel like in the meta right now, with as prevalent as weapons can be, especially against world like Legend World, you don't allow them to have enough weapons to do equipment change, pull it off, because that's annoying as all hell. So it's just a simple, it's a counter card that you pay 1 gauge when being attacked to destroy a weapon on the field, on your opponent's field.
Yeah, and I mean, that's always useful because it's kind of hard to get rid of weapons, so I mean that's really the only way to really get rid of weapons.
Well, for Darkest Dragon World right now,
at least,
I wouldn't run more than 3 of it, but I feel like 2 is a solid number.
Yeah.
Because there's just other things that the deck needs at the moment. Yeah, especially because speaking consistency wise, we like to keep to about 50 cards. The minimum is better because you pull what you need a lot faster. Just in general.
This is only 50.
Yeah, it's 50.
Yeah, it's 50 exactly.
That's how I like to keep it with my buddy fight decks, and yeah.
Yep. Next we have spells. So here's our first spell. It's Black Dragon Shield. This is basically
a green dragon shield clone.
Yeah. So it's as long as you don't have a monster in the center, it reduces the damage to 0 and you gain a life. And I run 4 of these, obviously, because it's always good to have shields. There's no cost to play the spell. And as long as you don't have that monster in the center, you're good to go.
See, I feel like that's kind of limiting it, but at the same time, it's great because, well, if you don't have that monster in the center, which sometimes happens with the gauge costs, you're at least just, staving off the attack and gaining a life. So, yeah, it's not a bad card right now. I don't know. Maybe we could switch it out for something else later on, but as of right now, it's pretty good. It's been helping you out, hasn't it?
Yeah. Any shield helps out. Next is another spell. It's another type of shield. It's Midnight Shade, right? Did I read that right? Oh, Midnight Shadow. Sorry, the sticker was in the way. Run 4 of these. It's a counter, so as long as there's an attack on your opponent's turn. As long as it's not a link attack, you can use this card.
Yeah, it's just a Solomon Shield clone.
Yeah.
Still useful, especially because a lot of the times, if you're playing your opponent for the first time and they don't know whether or not you run this card, they're not really going to link attack your monsters because, well, first of all, it's a waste of a link attack, especially because of the low defenses of a lot of the Darkness Dragon World monsters. Same with Magic World. That's why I like running Solomon Shield, because most of the time they're not going to waste a link attack. Even if they know you have this, they'd rather just nullify the attack. They'd rather just have the attack nullified, if anything.
Right. We have another spell. It's Vampire Fang. A lot of my deck cost gauge. I run 4 of this spell because it's just a counter, and then you can put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your gauge.
Yeah, that's an absolute must.
Yeah.
Pretty solid that they put it in the trial deck this time around instead of, like, I know I'm pissed because with my Danger World Dual Dragons deck, the whole thing costs gauge, but I don't even have the gauge charges because they're so expensive because you can't get them in the trial deck, so.
Yeah.
Oh well.
This only came with 2 in the trial deck. That's why we bought.
Yeah, 2.
It's a great card though. It gives you gauge.
It's really all there is to it, but it's great.
Okay. Next is Death Damage. Yep, read that right. No cost. It's just destroy a monster on your opponent's field.
That's that Ancient World sub-hate, because, you know, it's like a sub-tweet towards the Ancient World.
So you just keep, like, let's say there's something that has soul, you just keep attacking and passing that spell, because you can cast as many during your turn as you want to. There's no limit to it.
It's a big middle finger to Seeger. Actually, all the cards they're releasing lately have been big middle fingers to Seeger.
Pretty much.
Yeah, although I love Seeger. I'd love to build it.
If
you guys are selling your Seeger decks, just let me know.
We have our last spell. It's called Black Revenger. I really like this spell. You cast it when you have 5 life or less, and it's pay 1 gauge. And you can pick a size 1 and a size 2 from your drop zone and put them into your hand. So it comes in handy towards the end of the game when you really don't have a hand. And then, especially when a lot of things were sent to your drop zone, you can just pick 2 of the cards that you have. As long as you have gauge too, because most of them cost at least 1 gauge. So normally, size 2 and 1 I would pick would be Gallows and, what is it? Gallows and Avriel. So I use that, and I normally, actually for the most part, I always call those 2. I'll call him into the middle, him to the side.
And boom.
And then, good to go. And then finally, we have the Impact, which I'm going to switch out. It's
for a slow painfall.
Yeah. It's Demonic Strike, Arts, Death
Requiem,
and then Slow Painfall I'm going to switch out for this. This just came with the trial deck just to have an impact. I haven't really used it. It's pay 2 gauge, you deal 3 damage to your opponent if they have 3 life or less. The only thing is your opponent can't have any monsters on their field.
It's very limiting.
Yeah.
I like Slow Painfall, or Slow Pain Death better. Just because...
Slow Painfall.
Slow Painfall.
Yeah.
Just because, well, it's pretty vicious. It just turns your opponent's monster on them. I don't know if you guys watched the show, but when it happened with Seeger, I was kind of heartbroken. Yeah. I almost cried. Shed a tear. Or was it Nightmare Despair?
Oh, wait. Is it Nightmare Despair?
Oh, wait, no, yeah, sorry. That's Nightmare Despair that we're thinking about. Yeah, Nightmare Despair.
The Slow Painfall's still not bad, though.
No, but Nightmare Despair is the one we want to switch it for. That's the one that turns them on them.
Yeah.
That's much better.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Only so many names we could remember. Yeah, as a whole, I hate playing against this deck.
It's not even finished.
If you don't have a good defensive hand, it's GG. It's fast, it's vicious, it's mean. I don't really like playing against it. I like playing with it.
Plus you have Magic World. Playing against Magic World with this deck is kind of annoying.
Yeah, because I'm like popping stuff back towards her hand or into her drop zone. So that's always a plus. Yeah, it's a good grade 1 rush deck. I like the fact that the 2s are pretty useful. When they release some better grade 1s, you might want to switch those out.
Yeah, definitely. The grade 1s just, it helps you fill up your field, because you want to fill up your field with this, because a lot of them have the Spectral Strike and Shadow Dive. So when you fill up your field, really you don't even have to actually attack your opponent.
Oh, Shadow Dive you do.
Well, Shadow Dive, you attack straight to the opponent, so you don't have to worry about monsters being in the center.
Yeah. All in all, nice deck. Good introduction to Darkness Dragon World. Can't wait till they get some more support. What are your thoughts on it, Chris?
Chris doesn't like it.
No comment.
It makes Chris sassy.
Makes Chrissy sassy, mean, and sad.
I don't know if you guys saw the...
Yeah, go watch our Midnight Stand of Legend World versus Darkness Dragon World. Fun, fun, fun.
Yep. No, I know
Yeah.
Chris likes it.
Any comments, Chris?
I wish you guys can see his face right now.
It's not very happy.
Nope. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Let me know.
What changes you guys would make to the deck.
Yeah,
Maybe drop your deck list down below. We could scum some ideas off of it, because neck decking is how people win. And
Yeah.
that's what becomes meta.
alright, yeah. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe. And we will have more videos out and everything. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
And just so you guys know, we didn't stop the Vanguard content. We have some Vanguard deck profiles coming your way. We always do our midnight stand-up every other week with Vanguard. Just right now, there's kind of a lull. I know Fighters Collection 2 is coming out this week. We got some other stuff, so we'll be showing you how our decks are a little bit different. But right now, just as a whole, up until the Legions fully drop, there's just kind of a lull for Vanguard. So don't worry, we haven't forgotten about Vanguard, but that's just the reason why we were just putting a little bit more buddy fight content out.
Mm-hmm.
So all you Vanguard fans, don't stop watching.
Nope.
All right, that was Final Turn, guys. Have a nice night.
Bye.